The Bride is overhated, underrated, and arguably very effective. Let's talk about why. Que lo que, mi gente del Caribe. Thank you guys all so much for joining me. I appreciate your support as always. Thank you for tuning into this review. So today we're going to be talking about The Bride, which is the latest film written and directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal. This is a reimagining of The Bride of Frankenstein as a gothic horror romance when a woman is brought back to life to be the monster's bride, but battles between two minds in her brain to find herself as she becomes a symbol of revolution. This movie is definitely anchored by Jessie Buckley and Christian Bale, who both give fantastic performances. I particularly loved Jessie Buckley's performance. She has a lot to do in this film, and there's a lot being asked of her, especially with her character being a singular person with two minds in their brain, kind of battling. And the way that both minds are kind of speaking out in one sentence and kind of battling with each other, it was really fascinating. And I think that she did it so exquisitely, and it was really astonishing. I thought it was a really impressive performance. I know some people have said it's a bit too much, but for me personally, I thought she was incredible here. And even though she didn't win it for this, I am so glad that Jessie Buckley won the Academy Award for Hamnet. She is such an incredible actress, and I'm so glad that she got that recognition. Christian Bale, he's fantastic here as well. He has a more, not laid back performance, but a bit more of a low-key performance, but you can also tell at the same time that he is really balancing this brute force character with a sensitive delicateness. I thought that he did a great job there, and I was really impressed with how he really facilitated and created that atmosphere for this character. Also, the chemistry was really solid between Christian Bale and Jessie Buckley. I like them together. I think they worked really, really well together. And the way that they really give themselves to this story, to this film, and to the messages that it's trying to convey, I think that it really only helped to elevate the experience of it as well. And through that chemistry, they weave this sort of deep texture into the underlying themes of it. And there's really just this beautiful exploration of human independence and the importance of intentions. You know, what are someone's intentions for you or for someone else? Are they good intentions? Are they bad intentions? And everything in between that. Like, are they good intentions that go bad or bad intentions that turn good? There's really a really thoughtful exploration of that I was fascinated by. And again, that importance of that human independence and standing on our own as an individual. And so I really thought the way that they gave themselves to this film to portray these messages and explore that was fascinating, and I really, really liked it. The story itself is also really engaging. I was never bored. It's always very interesting and fun to watch. There's not really a dull moment. It's very entertaining. And it's also uplifted by a fantastic score and some beautiful cinematography. I love the look, the sound, the style of this film, the aesthetic of it. I think it helps to promote the messages and the performances and a little bit of the story. There are some issues there that I'll get to. But in general, I thought it was an engaging story, and all of those different factors together kind of elevated the experience for me a lot. Something that's really important to point out is also the production design and how it really makes you feel like you are in this generation of the early 1900s and what that looked like and what would that look like for these two fictional characters. And I thought that was really fascinating how they accomplished that. So very, very interesting. However, those are my pros. There's a lot of pros I had with it. I really enjoyed this movie. I think it gets way too much hate. But there are some issues that I can understand why some people disliked it. For starters, the detective side of the story is engaging, interesting. I like the actors. I like those characters. But they're not given much to do. They are very much just there to tell the plot to continue forward. And there's not really a rhyme or rhythm or reason for why they're truly there. Especially because there's never really an investigation or clues for them to figure out about, oh, how are we going to catch the bride and Frankenstein? There's never really a true investigation there. They literally just say, oh, I had a hunch. And that's really it. That's all they say to explain it. And it's really annoying because that is such a convenient writing format to help get them there faster. And I think that was disappointing because they could have put so much more thought into that, so much more intentionality into that, and made those characters more interesting and made their journey more interesting as well. There's also some brief moments that felt just a little bit over the top. One moment in particular is when there's a very tense scene with Christian Bale and Jessie Buckley and Jake Gyllenhaal in this ballroom. And it's a tense moment, police are on the way, and then out of nowhere, everyone in that room breaks out into dance, as if this film is a musical. And it's never explained why. People just kind of like are scared of what's happening, and then out of nowhere, they start dancing. It was very random, very weird, very dumb, honestly, and it felt over the top. And I think what makes that so annoying for me personally is that they never explain why it happened. They just break out into dance and never tell you why. It was a very odd scenario, a very odd sequence. It felt like a fever dream, but not in a good way. And so that was really odd, and it didn't pair well with the rest of the film. So I think if you just take that whole segment out, it would have been much better. And in the same breath with that, there are some underutilized characters, one of them being represented by Jake Gyllenhaal. He doesn't do much in this film. He's barely in it, and I don't understand why he's in it. I guess he's just a big name to, put in the trailers. But he is very underutilized. He could have served so much more purpose in this film, but really it's just there to get butts in seats, and didn't really add anything much to the plot of the film and to the overarching messages of it. And so it was just, there's a lot of useless characters like that. He's not the only one. There's a couple other characters that I felt were underutilized or unnecessary, and if you just take them out and iron out some of the other issues with the film, this could have been a lot better. But that's about it. Those are my only issues with this film. I did really enjoy it. I had a lot of fun with it. And so I'm going to give The Bride a 3.5 out of 5 stars. What did you guys think of this movie? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. God bless you. Take care.